Hi friends, we have all wondered how to manage our time, isn't it? We all face issues of time management. Many times it happens that we are aiming towards a goal, some studies, some kind of work that we have to do. But many times it happens that we are not able to manage our time properly. We waste our time in very unproductive and unnecessary activities and don't really understand where our time is going. And for that, we have a very important matrix in psychology called as the urgent important matrix. It is a very powerful productivity and time management tool to help people manage their time more effectively. It divides tasks into four quadrants according to how urgent or important they are, which helps people understand where their time goes and be more productive with the time that they have. So it is great for a very wide spectrum of coaches from career, business coaches, parent and spiritual coaches. You can also help or use the important urgent important matrix with youth and anyone disorganized to help them more focused, be more focused, right? So what it is exactly? Former US President Eisenhower used this so-called Eisenhower principle to organize his tasks. He is quoted as saying, "What is important is seldom urgent, and what is urgent is seldom important." But it was Dr. Stephen Covey who wrote The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People who took these concepts mainstream in his book, calling it the urgent important matrix. What is this matrix? Using a very simple grid, this powerful matrix defines tasks according to their importance and their urgency. The quadrant 1 is the crisis quadrant. The second quadrant is the urgent and important quadrant. The third quadrant is the goals and the second quadrant is goals and planning quadrant. Third is the interruption quadrant and fourth is nothing but the distraction quadrant. Urgent tasks are something which cause us to react, while important tasks leads us towards our overall mission or goals. The first quadrant consists of crisis or important and urgent tasks. The tasks that fall into this quadrant include deadlines, urgent meetings, pressing problems, crisis, and firefighting. This can be anything right from overdue project to customer complaints, severe bottleneck or broken business process, or anything like that. When we spend a lot of time in this quadrant, we become stressed and burned out. So, what our objective should be is to minimize the time spent in this quadrant by prioritizing, planning, and delegating, that is, spending more time in the second quadrant. The second quadrant is the goals and planning or the important and non urgent tasks. This is your magic quadrant, also called as the big picture quadrant. These actions move us towards our big goals and projects. They include planning, relationship, team building, issue prevention, risk assessment, or even some recreational activities. So, when we spend a lot of time in this quadrant, we feel very calm and under control. We deal with most issues before they arise and are likely to have solid support from others. All of this means fewer crises to manage later, which is very good for our clients, their careers, and organizations that they work for. So, our goal should be to spend maximum time in this particular quadrant. The third quadrant is the interruptions or the urgent and not important tasks. These activities are they interrupt us or they take us away from our important task. This could be anything from co-workers stopping by for chat, some unnecessarily checking of mails, answering phone calls, to other people interrupting our work, or even some unimportant meetings. Even Elon Musk in his organization has said that employees should avoid unnecessary meetings, and if they have nothing to contribute in the meetings, they should not participate in the meetings. So, when we spend a lot of time in this quadrant, we feel that we are not achieving our goals or not doing anything productive. We feel busy but not productive. So, that can lead to frustration or stress. So, our goal should be to minimize the amount of time in this particular quadrant by reviewing and prioritizing tasks lists and focusing on high important tasks first. And the fourth quadrant is distraction or not urgent and not important tasks. Time spent in this quadrant are distractions from the task at hand. They can be anything right from wasting your time on social media, on Instagram, Snapchat, or YouTube, calling friends, using social media, doing something which is absolutely unproductive. These kind of tasks distract us from our goals. They delay us in or prevent us in achieving our goals. Excessive or irrelevant emails, phone calls, social media usage, these all lead to distractions. they make us late, they delay our projects or our tasks, and they leave us tired, stressed, and unable to be effective. Excessive TV, internet surfing, anything like that. We feel that we are busy, but actually our time is getting wasted. So, our objective should be to eliminate time spent unconsciously in distractions. Then use that time reclaimed from this quadrant to boost other areas. So, the urgent important matrix is a very, very powerful and important tool. It helps us to consciously give priority to our most important tasks and to plan and delegate so that we deal with problems before they become urgent crises. To become aware of our interruptions and distractions so that we can reduce or eliminate them is another objective. This empowers people to manage their limited time and resources and get their priority tasks done in more enjoyable and less stressful way. Finally, the urgent important matrix is an incredibly helpful concept, but also it must be remembered that how we spend our time in each quadrant will depend on many things like our personalities, our excitement level about our job, the lifestyle that we have, and the type of job that we have, or the course that we are studying, etc. Everyone needs to find a unique way of working which works for them, and it's our job as people, as individuals, to think of how to manage and how to properly plan our time. Thank you so much, friends.